2015 Queensland Improved Production Championship is brought to you by these great sponsors: motorsportzone.com.au, carselling.com.au, Yokohama, Electromaster, Up Tiles, and Race Day Media. Hello everybody and welcome to Race Day Media. I'm your host Adam Gray as we bring you the highlights from round 6 of the Queensland Improved Production Championship from a very wet Morgan Park Raceway in Warwick, Queensland. That red dot on the screen there, that shows the vicinity of Morgan Park Raceway and the amount of rain that fell on it at about between 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. on Saturday morning. So suffice to say that everything got absolutely drenched, which led of course to scenes like this, where competitors arriving only on Saturday morning had to offload their cars in some pretty large puddles and pools of water, as we see here David Walden coming off the trailer there. Despite all the rain though, the improved production guys were very, very fortunate in that they were the 6th category out, so they had other categories go out before them to dry up the circuit. We still had a massive field with some incredible racing coming your way. We lost a couple of cars, Brian Veal and Greg Hartnett, in their carselling.com.au under 2 litre cars due to engine problems during qualifying, unfortunately. Justin Keys was his usual fast self. You can see they're absolutely all over that car. And let's in fact take a ride on board the carselling.com.au under 2 litre pole sitter, Troy Maven, in his Ford Escort. So you can definitely still see some of the wet patches on the track there. So in the motorsportzone.com.au over 2 litre category, Justin Keys took pole ahead of Aaron Lawrence, Justin Wade, Kyle Augermore, Troy Marinelli, James Peck, Bruce Worgan, Tony Isaracina, Jason Grimmett and David Homer rounded out the top 10. In the carselling.com.au under 2 litre qualifying results was Troy Maven on pole position ahead of Shane Satchwell, Greg Craig, Christopher Evans, Darcy Wade ahead of Scott Dean, Brian Veal, Ian Williamson, Taylor Herford and Brett Upton, rounding out the top 10. So Saturday afternoon's action, let's get into it. Some of the friends and family there, including driver Damien Croston and Daniel Cliff, they're in there as well. Those guys are either building new cars or repairing their current cars. Now, we should point out that the middle of this track here looks like a bit of a sandpit. That was left over from the previous race where a car caught fire. Wasn't too serious. In fact, he was back racing the very next day thanks to the huge effort by the guys at Morgan Park Performance. A debutant this weekend with Darcy Wade in his Honda Integra and a couple of guys who hadn't been out for quite a while due to various reasons, including Greg Craig and Christopher Evans, both in the carselling.com.au under 2 litre category. So the usual suspects were all out still though. Huge field, great racing. Let's get straight into race 1. So here we are, starting on board with Dave Walden in his RX3. He's about in the middle of the field, they're about 12th overall. They're off, they're racing. Great start by Walden, and that's Marinelli. Marinelli had a shocking start again. He's going to have to work hard to come back through the field with that one. Field though, filing all through to turn 1 and turn 2. Looks like, yeah, he did. Aaron Lawrence with a great start, getting the jump on Justin Keys as the big field turns out of turn 2, races up to the iconic footbridge there at the top of the hill. There's that huge field, such a massive range of cars. That's what makes improved production racing just so awesome. The huge variety of cars on the track. So now as the cars go into the braking area of Gumtree, we're on board here with Kyle Organmore. Big horsepower Commodore this one. He's chasing Justin Wade ahead of him. Justin Keys ahead of that, and Aaron Lawrence there still in the lead as they brake hard now into the corner known as Siberia. There they are running over that sand we mentioned earlier. Tightly packed field there, especially around David Walden, David Homer and Bolton area, all in the top 10 section. Really close battles there forming already. Jeez, look how big this field is. That's phenomenal stuff. It's one of the other cars though that hasn't been out, Ian Williamson. He hasn't been out for a while in his Toyota Sprinter. On board here with Troy Marinelli as he lines up Graham Wilkinson, another car who hadn't been out for a while. Big moment there, big lunge. He's not quite up. Oh, that was awkward. That was awkward. Marinelli's got a lot of work to do, and he's trying to get it done as soon as possible to catch up to the guys he's usually wrestling with. Here we go now across the start-finish line to end lap 1. We've got Aaron Lawrence ahead of Justin Keys, Justin Wade in 3rd, going very defensive there, holding out Kyle Organmore in 4th. James Peck in 5th, Bruce Morgan 6th, Jason Grimmer next, Tony Zaracina, David Walden, David Homer, Bolton, Troy Marinelli, Graham Wilkinson, Chris Evans, Steve Jukes, all battling in there. Shane Moffat in his BMW, he's in the middle of this action too. Shane Satchel out wide behind Warren Skelton there. Bit of a moment that may cost him as they run up to the bridge. Very tightly packed there as the rest of the field files through under the bridge. On board with Aaron Lawrence here, trying to keep ahead of the incredibly fast Mazda 808 of Justin Keys. He's wrestling to get that power down. That may cost him. Lots of wheel spin out of Gumtree. That'll cost him as they go through the left-hand kink and into Siberia. Yeah, there you go. Justin Keys has made the big leap there. Aaron Lawrence, he's going to try for the over and under. It's going to be a hard task with that stand there. Oh, look at that instant wheel spin. So great move there by Keys. Through the T section they go. He won't give up, still 7 laps to go. Troy Marinelli putting a move there on Dave Homer, getting a better run out of the T section. Cross the start-finish line again. Here we go. Justin Keys. He's already pulled a few lengths ahead of Aaron Lawrence. Look at he drives this car so well. It's so crossed up every part of the track. Justin Wade still holding off Kyle Organmore. He's all over the back of him. James Peck, he's got a little gap over this battle pack forming between Morgan, Grimmer and the 2 rotaries as well. Troy Marinelli's gaining, so is Bolton. David Homer's being hassled. On board with David Walden. Looking at Tony Zaracina, trying to look up the inside of Jason Grimmer, who's going defensive. That's going to leave Zaracina open to attack by David Walden. Walden gets the power down earlier. That's going to get him a better run through this left-hand kink. Braking hard now into Siberia, and that pass is done. That pass is done now as they run through the sand trap now. This battle pack, these guys are always racing together. Or every meeting, these guys are just glued bumper to bumper. Oh, we've got an Uptiles action replay on board with Darcy Wade, and someone's either locked up massively or there's a huge engine failure. That's a lot of smoke there. That's Shane Satchwell. That's so unfortunate. Such a long drive down from Townsville, and only for an engine to part ways during the first race of the weekend. Very unfortunate. That may leave some oil down on the circuit though. On board here with David Walden as they go up to the bridge, putting a sneaky move there up the inside of Jason Grimmer's Commodore. Down now into the braking area for Gumtree. The oil flag is out. Peck locks up. He runs wide. Morgan runs up. Who's going to get the power down earlier? Looks like Morgan's got the better drive out of the corner, but Walden will send it up there anyway. Walden and Morgan, look at that. Look how close they are. They're door handle to door handle. That's outstanding racing. Morgan doesn't want to give up without a fight. He's going to hold on to it. Oh, great stuff that. Great stuff as they go through now, leading up to the sweepers. On board with Jason Grimmer. He wants some in this action. He wants in. He wants to get back up there. So he's chasing David Walden, who's chasing Bruce Morgan. James Peck, he's managing to stay just ahead of these two. Dave Walden's RX3 is very strong this part of the track. He sends it up the inside very deep. He's very crossed up. Morgan now, he's going to do another under and over. Oh, look how close they are there. What a great move. Side by side through the chicane. It's going to be a tall order. Oh, massive moment there. I'm not sure if there was contact there. I'm not sure entirely what happened there, but Walden has oversteered through across Jason Grimmer now. Oh, everyone's managed to keep going. That's phenomenal. Here's another up tiles action replay and see what happened on board with Walden. Oh, he's out on those marbles there and just loses the back end on the turn in into the chicane. And Jason Grimmer, how did he not hit Walden? That's phenomenal stuff. That is incredible stuff. Jason Grimmer, take a bow. Didn't take long for them to get back all over each other, though. They're going to get straight back into it. Here's Tony Isracina. He wants to catch up there too. Still have the oil flags out. On board with Darcy Wade as they go out of up to the chicane. Roger, big moment there by Rogers. He's very crossed up on the exit there. Scott Dean and Darcy Wade both having a check up. Both losing a lot of momentum. Troy Maven wasn't affected though, so he's got the momentum. He's coming through. He's going around the outside of Scott Dean. Scott Dean going offensive, holding the inside line there. Oh, good driving, Scott Dean there in the carselling.com.au Yaris, doing a great job to hold on to that line. Looking back now from Troy Maven at Darcy Wade. Darcy's first race, remember. He's not afraid to mix it with the more experienced guys. Good on him. All over the back of Troy Maven there. Good on you, Darcy. As they go down into the braking area now for Gumtree. We're on board with Troy Maven. He's got the normal line. Scott Dean locks up in the oil left behind. Will he pull it up? He does. He pulls it up. Darcy, in the meantime, up the inside of Troy Maven. Great move by Darcy Wade there in the Integra. Maven's got the better run out of the corner, though. He's going to have a look around the outside through Siberia. Normally there's no chance that would work, but look, you can't rule anything out on this day. There's raindrops, there's oil, there's sand pits, there's everything on the circuit, and Troy Maven gets it done, gets the move down, started it around the outside of Siberia, pulled it off through the T section, and here we see him now getting the pass done on Scott Dean's Yaris the very next lap into turn one. On board now with Dave Homer in his turbocharged GTi Swift. He's being hassled by Graham Wilkinson in the escort. As you can see him there all over the back of him coming out of Gumtree. Through the left-hand kink now into Siberia. You can hear Dave Homer on and off the throttle there. Wilkinson having a look through he's got lots of wheel spin through the sand trap as well. Homer's holding on to it through this part of the section. Now the cars get to stretch their legs. Who's got the most top-end speed? Homer's turning in through the right-hand kink now, and Wilkinson's all over the back of him. It's going to line him up into this bowl section, and that is done. That great move there by Graham Wilkinson, getting the pass done. A very popular place for passing manoeuvres there, that one. On board with David Walden now in the motorsportzone.com.au, over 2 litre Mazda RX3. Across the start-finish line, you've got James Peck in the start of this battle pack, ahead of Bruce Morgan, ahead of Troy Marinelli, Jason Grimmer, and David Walden. And in the background there, we see Tony Isracina. He's probably trying to get back up to these guys as well. On board with Jason Grimmer now. Marinelli's pulling a move on Morgan up the inside into Gumtree. Locks up. Plenty of oil still there. Meaning that Morgan's getting the power down earlier. Much better drive out of the corner. Both cars go side by side now into Siberia. Morgan's got that one done. Marinelli's going to try the over and under move. That's sand once again, so more great defensive driving there by Bruce Morgan, holding off the turbocharged Nissan Sylvia of Troy Marinelli. Jason Grimmer now, he's got David Walden all over the back of him. Walden's lining him up through the right-hand kink, fastest corner of the circuit. Looks like that one's done. We're looking forward now. Marinelli, who's having a look at Walden. Walden misses the apex. Oh, Marinelli's very crossed up. Oh, that was messy. He's very crossed up there. They move up now into the chicane. That leads onto the front straight. Marinelli's crossed up in and out of the chicane. He's driving that thing as hard as he can. Being crossed up though, that's going to let Walden get a better run onto the straight. More rain starting to fall now onto the windscreen of Dave Walden's RX3. Into turn 1. Now they go. James Peck ahead of Morgan, ahead of Walden, ahead of Marinelli. Jason Grimmer now, he's trying to get back into the fight. On board with Grimmer to go into the braking area of Gumtree. Oh, there's flames, there's smoke, there's everything going on. Marinelli's off, Grimmer's off. Marinelli gets back into the fight. I don't think Jason Grimmer will. He'll be back into the race, but unfortunately he's going to be out of that fight. Here we've got Justin Wade. He's doing his best to hold off Kyle Organ-Moore. This race, these two have been going at it bumper to bumper the entire race. Both cars having distinct advantages in different parts of the circuit. The BMW M3 of Justin Wade so much stronger around the tighter stuff compared to the big horsepower Commodore. But watch this as they get onto the straight. This Commodore of Kyle Organ-Moore would have to be one of the most powerful cars and improved production naturally. Big short shift there into third. Wade going very defensive. And Organ-Moore now very shallow turning point. Will he get it stopped in time? He does. He does. So that's a pass for third position there. This is where Justin Wade's stronger through this part of the circuit in the next couple of corners. The big torque of the Commodore struggles to put the power down. Here the guys are coming through into the T section, avoiding the lapped cars of Brett Upton and Ken Moffat. They're doing a great job to stay out of the way as these guys battle for third and fourth. Here's these two guys. They're all over each other again. It's Morgan ahead of Walden, ahead of Marinelli. This is phenomenal racing. This is outstanding. James Peck, he's just staying ahead, enjoying his afternoon. He's staying out of it all. He's doing a great job. On board with Marinelli, though, looking at the fight in front of him between Walden and Morgan. Looks like Walden's going to have a look up the inside through the sweeper again. He's not going to wait for the bold section this time. And that pass is done. That pass will move him up. Yep, that's it. Back on board now with Aaron Lawrence as they go through the chicane for the last time of the race. He's following Justin Keys, and Justin Keys will take out the win ahead of Aaron Lawrence and then Kyle Organ-Moore. What a fantastic piece of motorsport. That is sensational. If that doesn't get your heart racing, I don't know what will. That is as good a racing as you will see at a grassroots level form of motorsport all year long. That's incredible. Congratulations to absolutely everyone involved. Sensational. So the motorsportzone.com.au over 2 litre results. Justin Keys with the win ahead of Aaron Lawrence, Kyle Organ-Moore, Justin Wade, James Peck, David Walden, Bruce Morgan, Tony Zaracina, Graham Wilkinson and David Homer rounding out the top 10. In the carselling.com.au under 2 litre results, Chris Evans took out the win from Greg Craig, Troy Maven, Ian Williamson, Darcy Wade, Taylor Herford, Ken Moffat, Brett Upton, Shane Klass and Scott Dean rounding out the top 10. So thank you very much for joining us today. I really hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, be sure to check in about a week's time as we bring you races 2 and 3 from what was one incredible way to wrap up a motorsport season. Thanks again. Bye for now.